Hey guys, so in the past we have seen that Corey Asbury from Bethel Music had a song that was called Shekinah Glory, and Shekinah in the occult is another name for Lucifer. So this video is already established. What we're going to go look at next is a song. So, To Love a Fool. Now, inside this picture, it's black and white symbology. He's crossing his arms in an X, and he's got one-eyed symbolism because he's got his profile. He also has his worldwide and his globe sitting down here. But a fool and the two O's are locked together, and they are a Vesica Pisces, which is a vagina. It's Lucifer worship. So let me show you in scripture this guy, Corey Asbury from Bethel Music, To Love a Fool. Now, these occultists do everything in reverse from what scripture says. So what does the Bible say about a fool?
Someone's character and reputation, slander, lashon hara, evil speech, evil tongue. Matthew 5, you heard it say of those, you have heard that it was said of those of old, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be liable to judgment. But I say to you that whoever is wroth with his brother without a cause shall be liable to judgment. And whoever says to his brother, Raka, shall be liable to the Sanhedrin. But whoever says, you fool, shall be liable to the fire of Gehenna. Let's actually break down Raka and you fool so that it actually means something to us in our Western mindset. Raka means empty one, worthless, is a term of utter vilification, a senseless, empty-headed man, a term of reproach used among Jews in the time of Christ. So if you call your brother that without a cause, you're liable to judgment and to the Sanhedrin. You fool is the word morose, which is where we get moron from. Dull, stupid, heedless, a blockhead, absurd, foolish, impious, godless. So,
did you see that? So according to You Fool from G3474, moros, dull or stupid, as if shut up. Okay, so if he's shut up, that means that he's not taking in the correct stuff that he needs for growth. He's not taking in the word of Yah Elohim. Morally, blockhead, absurd, foolish. But number 5 is impetus or godless. So where it says right here, you fool, it can mean godless. And this fool, Corey Asbury, he says to love a fool. He's identifying himself as a godless person inside his own words, and then using the symbology of Lucifer, the Vesica Pisces, inside to indicate what fool he is. Let me let this thing keep going that way, and then we'll go back to you fool.
When you start going around and saying, you impious, godless fool, you now fall in that category. Think about this. We do this. Remember, whoever says, you fool, let's go back to the meaning. If you call someone a blockhead, absurd, foolish, impious, godless, as if they're nothing, you make nothing of them, you are liable to the fire of Gehenna. That's the second death, lake of fire. That's it, no return from that. Again, we need to be so careful with our words. We best start taking this seriously.
So when Bethelites identify themselves as fools, they're doing it on purpose. They are specifically mocking Yah Elohim, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's why Brian Johnson owns Goat Lord Farms. Goat Lord is Baphomet worship. Sean Foyt started his Let Us Worship Super Spreader event inside the womb of the Beast of Babylon while he was performing underneath Sundial Bridge in Redding, California. Stephanie Sixlinger, blah, 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 however you say her name without looking at it, it just doesn't roll off my tongue, sorry. But Stephanie was teaching you guys, hey, if you don't know what the Enneogram is, I suggest you don't play with it. But Bethel is selling Enneogram books, and Enneogram comes from Carl Jung, and he was a complete occultist who is trying to get people to identify their demons by stereotyping them. That's what it was. He was giving identities to the demons, and now whichever demons are inside of a person identify themselves. That's the way that this guy was teaching his stuff. I'll put a link inside the description. I think the guy might be Seventh-day Adventist or Jehovah's Witness or whatever that's presenting the information about the Myers-Briggs and EMDR, that they are actually... Go back and watch the end of the video that says Toby Mac and Bethel Elemental Magic, and the guy's video is in there. Also, there's one that shows Stephanie talking about EMDR. EMDR is based, EMDR, sorry. Yeah, EMDR. EMDR is based on Carl Jung, and Carl Jung was teaching Kabbalah. That's the foundation of everything that's bad at Bethel right now. It's all Freemason, and it's all Kabbalistic teachings. They've walked away from the actual scriptures, because if they were reading the actual scriptures, nobody would put to love a fool. Because we know that a fool is something bad in scripture. So this video is weekly Torah portion. Yitro, Jethro. That would be the uncle of Moses. So this is the weekly Torah portion, which is just Genesis through Deuteronomy, is the Torah. That's the stuff that Moses wrote, and that all the people that are practicing Sunday worship that say, throw out the Old Testament, this is what we're supposed to be learning on the Sabbath. And guess what today is? It's the Sabbath. So I know it's probably not the specific week for the teaching of Jethro on the Sabbath. I'm probably off some weeks because there are 42 Torah portions and there are 50 weeks in a Hebrew year, I think. Something like that. I'm still learning. Sorry. So I'm over here, and this just explains to us what we're seeing when we watch the Bethelites, who are following men, who are following deceiving spirits of the fallen angels that are practicing the Kabbalah, like Bethel Church and the New Apostolic Reformation. That's the secret of the New Apostolic Reformation, is they are Freemasons teaching Kabbalistic magic. They're not followers of Yeshua HaMashiach, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If they were, they would be inside the covenant and participating inside the covenant that's already written down. We don't have to imagine what the covenant is. It's in Scripture. Come follow Scripture with us. So I'm going to roll this backwards, let Michael read this part, and then I'll cut off the video.
Lake of fire.